Pretty, aren't they? You know, back in the days of Cleopatra, all sorts of virtues were ascribed to emeralds. Worn at the throat, they were supposed to prevent epilepsy and, get this, preserve chastity. Swallowed, maybe because of their beautiful green color, emeralds were thought to do wonders for the eyesight. Inspector Claude Eustace Teal.
You've guessed.
Claude, the face of the law may change, but never the clutch of the constabulary. How are you?
Distressed.
Oh, why?
Seeing you. You were drooling.
You must admit they are rather mouth-watering, aren't they? Claude, did you know that back in the day...
How did you get in?
By invitation.
I don't believe it.
Then feast your eyes on this.
Mr. Oppenheimer's obviously taken leave of his senses.
Oh? Why?
If I owned 200,000 pounds worth of emeralds, the last person in the world I'd let near them is the infamous Simon Templar.
What is the exact value of these? Ladies and gentlemen, please, one at a time.
Mr. Corio, tell me, why do they call you the gem detective?
I have a knack of recovering stolen jewelry. 7 spectacular cases in the past 8 months.
To what do you attribute your success?
To the fact that I have a criminal mind.
Can you explain that, sir?
Yes, I know the way criminals think. I've trained myself to react as they do. I anticipate.
At the moment, you're working for Oppenheimer.
Oh, no, I'm employed by the insurance company.
As a guard?
No. It's my job to see that the Oppenheim emeralds remain exactly where they are now until the end of the exhibition. I've devised the most foolproof security system ever invented.
No, Claude, there's something about Corio that doesn't ring true.
Meaning?
You have other guards, sir?
If he's for real, I'm Alice in Wonderland.
As you can see, there are 2 entrances to the room, the door through which I entered, and that one there, both guarded by hand-picked security men. Now, in the unlikely event that any thief did get past the guards, he would have the alarm system to contend with, the most sophisticated security system ever devised. You seem amused, Mr. Templar.
I am.
I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that nobody, not even a man of Simon Templar's known talents, can possibly get into this room. The emeralds are guarded by a chain of photoelectric cells so sensitive that a feather falling across the beam would set them off. I will give you a demonstration. I've ordered the controls turned on for 2:35. Now, do you mind moving back, ladies and gentlemen? The cells should be coming on now. If you watch carefully. Just a testing drill. You can get back to your post and save the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, I will stake my reputation on this room being absolutely impregnable.
All right, give up. 20 seconds unconscious, 60 seconds dead. Submit.
You mean I have a choice?
You're a little bit rusty.
No, well, then just kneel there, Nick. I'm afraid, Nick, I've forgotten most of the moves.
One never forgets the cut or the moves. What gets rusty is this, the Mushin.
Motion, no-mindedness.
The ability to act and react without thinking.
In that case, I'll concentrate as hard as I can on not thinking.
Well, that's the difference between a black belt and a white belt beginner. Come on. Good. Now you're beginning not to think. Come down here.
What do we do now?
I'll show you the counter to the Taitoshi. Right? Go. Right. Now you do it. Right? Up!
What did I do wrong?
You didn't break his balance.
Black belt, no less. Corio, you're a man of many talents.
Mr. Corio is one of my prize pupils. He's a black belt judo, black belt kendo, and 4th dan karate.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Professor, my partner didn't show.
Hardly blame him.
Is there someone I could work out with?
No, not right. Unless, Simon, would you?
Why not?
Mushin, Simon, Mushin.
Sorry if I threw you too hard.
The fault was entirely mine.
Fun, isn't it?
Marvelous.
You're not hurt?
Not a bit. You're not hurt, man, are you?
No. Good. Simon, are you all right?
Oh, Mushin, Nick.
Should have thought of my head.
He submitted.
I'm sorry, Templar. I didn't feel your pat.
Didn't you? I'll have to pat harder in future, won't I? Are you?
Sorry about that, Templar. I might have killed you.
Oh, you might have, but since you didn't, it really doesn't matter.
Oh, no hard feelings? We better return Matt sometime.
I'm sure we will. Sometime.
Oh, there she is. She's staring into that muse. Are you all right? Here, drink this.
Thanks.
How are you feeling now?
I'll let you know when I've stopped shaking. What does the girl tell a man who's just saved her life?
She can start with her name.
Dixon. Janice Dixon.
Dixon.
Familiar?
Vaguely.
My brother was Roy Dixon.
Ah, yes, the jewelry designer. Stole £20,000 worth of diamonds from Justin Gaynor of Regent Street.
That's just it. He didn't.
The law said he did.
The law is wrong.
If I remember rightly, the paper said something about the diamonds being found in his bedroom.
The diamonds were planted in his bedroom
By whom and why?
so that they could be discovered by that brilliant private detective named Peter Corio
Wow.
to add to his glory. The great detective who always gets his man, even if it's the wrong man.
You're saying that Corio framed your brother?
And killed him. I know it sounds absolutely mad, but it's true. After Corio found the diamonds, the police came. Roy panicked and he ran. And the police went after him. He was knocked down by a car running across Knightsbridge. And he died on the way to hospital.
The men who are after you tonight, what do they want?
Not all the diamonds were recovered. Corio thinks Roy gave them to me. Those two men have been following me for weeks.
Why didn't you go to the police?
The police believe Roy was guilty. Why would they take my word for anything?
Janice, you're saying that Corio plans these robberies, recovers the stolen goods, and then collects the reward money?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You're talking absolute nonsense.
You should know, Claude, you've listened to enough in your time.
Just how, if I may ask, did you arrive at this wild theory?
It's been brewing since yesterday.
Well, put it back in the vat.
Claude, look at it this way. In the past 8 months, there have been 7 robberies. First, there were Lady Craythorne's pearls. They were insured for £20,000, am I correct?
They were.
Then there were the Justin Gaynor diamonds, 8 minks from Worthson's. Need I go on?
I remember the items.
Well, at least that's something to say for you, Claude. Incompetent, yes. Forgetful, never.
I'll say good morning now.
That's not all you'll say before I'm through, Claude. In 7 robberies, all the goods were recovered.
Correct?
But not by you.
No.
Not by Scotland Yard.
No.
But by that invincible, indefatigable private investigator, Peter Corio. Explain it, Claude.
Explain what?
How can a private detective, this is in the most disgusting state, how can a private detective accomplish entirely on his own what Scotland Yard, with all its facilities, can't?
Well, it's quite simple.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Peter Corio acts as if for the insurance companies.
And very efficiently, too.
The thieves contact him after the robberies and offer him the stolen items back at a cut price.
For considerably less than what they're insured for.
Yes.
So the thief gets paid off, Lady Craythorne gets her pearls back, the insurance company pays out, saves money, and Peter Corio gets the reward.
That's it in a nutshell.
And Corio is the colonel.
Simon, we've no reason on earth to believe that Peter Corio isn't completely on the level.
Don't give up hope.
I won't.
This too is Roy's design. The last thing he did.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. He was a very good boy, but too ambitious. I often say to him, do not push, my son. Your most important mission is to learn. It's funny.
What is?
I was his teacher, and at 27 he knew more about design than I do now. At 60.
Mr. Justin, do you think my brother stole those diamonds?
Miss Dixon, I always feel theories must be founded on logic, no? Now, is it logical, I ask you, that an innocent man should run from the police?
Roy panicked. He lost his head.
He earned a pretty fair salary here, didn't he?
Exactly 17 times as much as I earned as an apprentice in 1920.
You said he also had a fairly decent-sized savings account.
£4,000.
Now, Mr. Justin, applying your theory, is it logical that a young man who is well-paid, well-off, would steal when he was certain to be suspected and almost certain to be caught?
Mr. Templar, when you're my age, you stop trying to understand human nature.
Do you?
Besides, the case is closed.
Oh, I understood some of the diamonds are still missing.
A few of the smaller stones, about 2,000 pounds worth. The company is not concerned.
But I am, Mr. Justin. Very, very concerned.
Roy didn't speak much about his sister, except he said you lived in Australia.
Yes, I came back when he died.
To clear his name.
Yes.
So anything you can tell us? Anything at all?
Maybe there is one thing. Roy received several telephone calls the week before the robbery from a girl.
Was this unusual?
Yes, I remember the calls particularly because they were person to person from Maidenhead.
You never mentioned this girl in the letter?
No. There's just one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Among his personal effects, there was a small address book.
Oh, where is it?
At my flat. I'm frightened. There, that should be everything.
Good. Get your bag and gloves.
Do you really think they were after the diamonds?
Of course.
Well, they didn't find them because I haven't got them.
I know.
Just as long as you believe that.
Of course I do, Janice. Now, will you please hurry up?
I hate leaving the place in such a mess. Do you really think it's necessary?
Janice, those characters are going to come back and get the truth out of you, even if they have to twist your arm or break your neck. Now, shall we go?
Where are you taking me?
To a friend's. You have the address book?
Yes, in my bag.
Good.
Don't lose him. Don't worry, I won't.
There would be dance partners on our tail.
The lights are changing. Hang on then.
Make those lights.
They ignored them.
Hold tight.
Who do you think you are, mate? Jim Clark?
Sorry about that. This is the right road for Birmingham?
Oh, yeah. Straight through the wall, left of the lubricating bay, right of the stores, you're there.
Very funny. Would you believe me if I were to tell you that two men armed to the teeth are chasing us?
No.
I thought not, so I'll try the story on somebody else. Good morning.
There's nothing in his personal address book.
You sure?
Wait a minute, what's this? Maidenhead 41111. And under it's written Miss Stellis.
That shouldn't be hard to trace.
If there's a telephone wherever we're going.
You're visiting Aunt Prudence until things cool down.
Your aunt?
Everybody's aunt. That's right, operator. Maidenhead 41111. It's listed under what? I see. Thank you.
Any luck?
Yes, it's the North Bank Yacht Club.
Yacht Club?
Hmm.
You know, some of this stuff went over on the Mayflower and got sent back as reject.
Aha.
Is that Aunt Prudence?
That is Whistler's grandmother.
Simon Templar! I'll have your plain ridden hide!
That is Aunt Prudence.
You faithless, fickle-hearted wretch! I'll have you skinned.
Prue?
Don't hollow me, you beast.
Well, is that any way to talk to your future husband?
The wedding's off. Back in town a month, they only just called on me.
Oh, you're not the only pebble on the beach.
Oh, you're not steady enough for me. Not steady enough for you, either. What's your name?
Oh, Prudence.
Didn't ask you. Speak up, girl.
I'm Janice Dixon.
Are you in love with this spalpeen?
Straight to the point, as usual.
Don't risk it. He's strictly kiss and run, this one. I met his type before, in the forces.
Prue was a drill sergeant during the war.
Kept him in line, too. Well, what do you want?
I'd like you to put Janice up for a couple of days.
Oh, why?
Well, you're off the beaten track here.
Coppers after?
No, but A couple of rather unpleasant characters have been making threatening gestures.
Have they now? Well, let them come sniffing round here. I'll crack their heads open.
She could too, you know. Or even worse.
Worse?
Yes, you could shout them to death. Good day.
Closed, Gov. Season's over.
Oh.
Hey, you wouldn't be from the football pools, would you?
No, I'm afraid not.
No, I didn't think so.
You, been here long?
10 years?
You, wouldn't know a lady named Dallas, would you?
No, never heard of her.
Thanks, anyway.
Yeah, I know a boat we had name, no.
A boat?
A cruiser.
Where is she?
Out there. She's the big white one.
You know who owns her?
Yep.
Well, are you going to tell me?
I'm just thinking about it.
There are other ways of finding out, you know.
Yeah, it'd be quicker if I told you that, wouldn't it, Gov? No. I don't want no bribe. It tickles me to be contrary sometimes. Yes, you look a likely young fella. I'll tell you. The Miss Dallas belongs to a bloke named Corio. Peter Corio.
There's nothing in the world that irritates me more than the inability to carry out simple, straightforward orders. I'm playing a very dangerous game. Every move has been carefully planned and timed to the second. I've told you before how I deal with people who make stupid, idiotic mistakes.
We couldn't help it. It just happened.
Nothing just happens. I warn you two, if ever again... Get out. Not that way. Why, Templar, what a pleasant surprise.
I hope so. May I continue to come in?
By all means. Is this a social visit?
No, not exactly. I've come to ask you a few questions.
About what?
Roy Dixon,
Oh, yes, the diamond job I solved at Justin Gaynor's.
a remarkable bit of work.
I'm a remarkable detective.
Also clairvoyant.
Thank you.
It isn't a compliment.
No?
No, there's a school of thought that believes the diamonds found in Roy Dixon's bedroom were planted.
A school with one pupil, namely Dixon's sister.
It's now coeducational. I joined. Aren't you a little old to be playing with bricks?
To reach my standard in karate, you have to practice all the time.
Yes, I understand you're very good at it.
Oh, not very good. Exceptional. Watch.
You could hide your hand doing that, you know.
It's your duty to go to the police if you've any evidence that Dixon was framed.
I haven't. Yet. Ah. So you have a lion dog.
Yes, early Ming.
It's a beautiful copy.
It's an original.
A copy.
I paid $7,000 for that in Tokyo last year.
Yes. To Jackie Sabato, has the little shop by the university. Has them made up in Yokohama. Always fooled some reasonably intelligent people in his time with these. And an awful lot of tourists. But never the connoisseurs. When did you buy them, Miss Dallas?
What?
The cruiser you keep at the North Bank Yacht Club. How long have you had her?
A couple of years. Why?
No reason.
Do you know what that is?
Well, this is a kendo fighting stick.
A very popular and ancient sport in Japan.
Another one of your many accomplishments, I suppose.
Yes, would you like me to give you a demonstration?
Why not? I don't know, Corio. Wooden bricks, wooden swords. You do have some childish sports. Temper, Mr. Corio, or you'll end up breaking one of your priceless antiques. Instead of the fakes, I'll see myself out.
Of course, women these days are complete lunatics. You should forget about careers and self-expression and all that nonsense and concentrate on serving the men.
Serving?
That's right. The Orientals have the right idea. The women walk 10 paces behind the men, barefoot and carrying the luggage.
Aunt Prudence, I don't quite see you being, well...
Subservient?
Yes.
Oh, honey, if I could find a good man, I'd polish his boots. I'd carry the coals. I'd wait on him hand and fist. What's that?
Somebody in the hall.
Put the devil barging into my house! Oh, no! Don't let her! I'll come with you! Don't you dare!
Into the car and bring back my rope.
Get out! Oh!
Claude, let's get inside. I'm freezing. Oh, it's such a lovely evening. I thought I'd go for a moonlight dip.
Get coat off and relax, Claude.
Won't be here that long.
Not long enough for a drink.
No, thanks.
You mean this is an official visit?
Unofficially official. I found out something.
You amaze me. What is it?
How you got the invitation to the press preview of the Oppenheim Emeralds?
Claude, you really must understand that I am invited all over London. People are just crazy about me.
Corio sent it.
Do you know?
I found out from the insurance company.
Intriguing, isn't it? When, as you so sweetly put it, I am the last person in the world who should be that close to £200,000 worth of emeralds. Cheers.
Yes, Corio knows that.
Then why did he ask me?
That's what I want to know.
Then why not ask him?
I can't. We're not on the best of terms at the moment.
I don't wonder. With Corio recovering gems faster than you can pop mince into your mouth. Now tell me something. How did Roy Dixon die?
He was hit by a car being chased by the Chelsea police.
He didn't make any sort of statement?
No, he died on the way to hospital.
Without regaining consciousness?
That's right.
So you've only Corio's word for how he found the diamonds?
That's right, too.
Then in 7 robberies, you catch only one thief. Only one, mark you. And he very conveniently dies before he can make a statement.
Foggy, isn't it?
Very. Claude, old boy, I suggest you go home and do some thinking.
For once, I'll take your advice, if you could only cooperate.
It'll be my pleasure.
Good night.
Good night, Claude. Oh, don't tax your tired old brain cells, will you? Hello? Hello, I'm Prudence.
Simon! Help! Help! Simon! Simon!
You all right?
I've let you down, Simon.
You taking Janice?
Hardly be interested in me.
2 of them?
Yep, I wasn't much use, I'm afraid. Must be getting old.
You mustn't blame yourself. It's not your fault. These are professionals. How's that?
Oh, that's all right. I'm not really hurt. She wouldn't let them. Said they could do what they liked with her, but to leave me alone.
Beats me as how they knew she was here. The devil did they track her down?
It isn't important how they found her. What matters is where they've taken her. I think I know.
Where?
America.
What?
I heard them say so as they were tying me up. Oh, they've taken her to Texas.
Texas.
Yes, Texas, Dallas.
Not Dallas, Texas. Miss Dallas. It's a cruiser at the North Bank Yacht Club. Prue, I love you.
Oh, yes. I'm a regular sex kitten.
Without any doubt, my pet, you're the most exciting woman I've ever known.
Here's to us.
You're marvelous.
Thank you, darling.
A woman in a million. I mean it. It takes real brains to fool a man like Simon Templar.
I only followed your blueprint. How could I miss? Oh, you do that beautifully.
Janice.
Oh, don't talk.
When tonight's over, we retire.
Oh? Where?
No country cottage for you, my pet.
I'd hate that.
I know. That's why I'm buying a house in Paris.
Peter, that's wonderful.
Do you realize how much we've netted in the last 8 months?
Tell me.
We're within spitting distance of £250,000.
My, we're rich. There's still tonight.
Unless something's gone wrong.
It's impossible.
Supposing the old girl fainted or collapsed.
Darling, you don't know the old girl. Aunt Prudence hasn't fainted in her life.
Or what if Templar didn't phone?
But he promised. He said he'd phone at 9:30 to see if Aunt Prudence and I were safe. Peter, relax. Simon Templar's on his way to Maidenhead at this very second.
Yes? Good. Keep on his tail. Let the air out of his tires when he gets to the yacht club. I don't want him in London for the next 2 hours. Right. Our saintly friend has just passed the checkpoint.
Peter, what about the watchman at the yacht club?
Roaring drunk, thanks to a new friend.
Darling, you think of everything.
Don't distract me, my sweet. We've got the Oppenheim Emeralds ahead of us.
You know, in a way, it's too bad
What is?
that it all has to end. It all went so beautifully.
Don't be greedy, darling. Nothing lasts forever.
You know the job I like the best?
No, what?
Lady Craythorne's pearls. They were so easy to steal. And she was so pathetically grateful when you returned them. And the insurance company was so generous.
We've been very lucky, darling. 7 big jobs, 7 big rewards. And now we're going to set up Templar for the theft of the emeralds. Get your coat. Wait. Don't put the lights on. The curtains aren't drawn. I suppose you know where his bedroom is, do you?
You're joking, of course. In there. What sort of sentence will Templar get?
Oh, that depends on whether they nail him just for the Oppenheim Emeralds or for the 7 other jobs, too.
Do his shoes fit you?
Of course.
How do you know?
I checked at the gym. We wear the same size. Now go and get me an envelope.
Why?
You'll see. When I go down the rope, I'll scuff these shoes against the wall so the paint scrapes off onto them.
Leave the rest to the police lab, is that it?
In a nutshell.
We'd better get a move on. You'll have to bring the shoes back.
Janice, you're nervous.
I'm not.
Templar's in Maidenhead, remember?
We mustn't stand around talking.
All right, then, open this envelope.
Peter, do we have to?
Janice, we're leaving all the diamonds not recovered from the Justin Gaynor robbery. You're greedy, love. It's your only fault. Where the police can't fail to spot. Shoes.
How long will it take?
Not long. 10 minutes and the Oppenheim emerald will be in your lap.
I think I'm a bit nervous.
Because of Templar?
I have a horrible feeling we're underestimating him.
Darling, at this moment, Simon Templar is rescuing you from a deserted yacht club where no one can possibly give him an alibi. 10 minutes, Doctor.
Good luck.
Miss, can I help you?
I'm waiting for a friend.
Right, miss.
Why doesn't he get out?
I don't know. Let's ask him.
Surprise.
Where's Templar?
None of your business.
Where did you learn to drive like that?
Wouldn't you like to know, you pair of pudding apes, dirty plug-ups, molesting a helpless old woman? Get out of it! Go on, it's all you're good for. Run away!
Good evening, Mr. Courier. What? You seem somewhat surprised. You thought maybe I was at the North Bank Yacht Club?
You're very clever, Mr. Templar.
Not very clever, Mr. Courier. Exceptionally clever. Now, I suppose I'd better explain in words of one syllable where you went wrong. We'll start at the beginning. When you were explaining your foolproof security system, you completely ignored the air vent. It was much too obvious an item for a smart detective to overlook. And then Janice. You couldn't possibly have known she was with Aunt Prudence unless she phoned you. Which meant everything Janice told me right from the start was a build-up to a frame-up.
I've underestimated you, Mr. Templar. It doesn't matter. I'm going to kill you. Because I caught you trying to get away with the emerald.
Lord, you certainly took your time.
Oh, I came in as fast as I could. You all right?
Touch that you care. Yes, I am all right.
There's the emerald.
All yours.
Thanks.
Anytime. What about Aunt Prudence?
Oh, I had men at the yacht club. She's at home, safe and sound.
Then I'll say good night. Oh, by the way, you'll find his girlfriend downstairs.
My sergeant's having a chat with her.
You'd better be careful. She'd talk him into giving her his police car. Well, Corio, I told you you'd hurt your hands doing all that. Good night.